In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Wednesday, June 19th. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Chef Dan. I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Wednesday, June 19th MLB slate we got going on. This will be the games for the nightcap, all right, for 8 o'clock and beyond, or 7 o'clock and beyond. We're going to be covering all those 8 games for the night slate here. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 5.99 thousand subscribers. We are right on the precipice of 6K, but this is the road to 10,000, and we are well on our way. Thanks to you guys showing all the love and support you guys do day in and day out. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. It is very, very important you do so we can grow to a broader audience for that YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, please, I highly implore you guys to join the community that we're building on YouTube and on Patreon as well. All right. It is super important that you get connected. And if you're just viewing it, go ahead, just like and comment, say what's up for your boy, and I'll say what's up back. And for the Patreon, if you want the premium plays, remember that link is provided down below. This was just a recap of what we did last night. 9 of 13 last night. As you can see, Mets, Rays, Twins, over, Twins money line, Dodgers, Brewers, Red Sox, Cubs, Athletics, and we had the Oilers. This was one of the tickets I put out. Well, I had myself for last night for the late night games in the MLB. 9 of 13 last night. That's a 70% hit rate there. So if you want to sign up for the premium plays, get connected in this Patreon with the community that we're building on here. Guys are going crazy day in and day out with plays, all right? So sign up for that link provided down below. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. First game up, we have the Baltimore Orioles here, 47-25, going up against the New York Yankees, 51-24. AL East battle here between the top 2 teams in that division. Yankees at home, minus 175 on the money line with the comeback of the Orioles at a plus 145. That total run set at 8. And for the public bet percentage, 83% of the bets, 76% of the money coming in heavy on the Yankees here. Total runs, 75% of the bets and 82% of the money towards the over 8 runs. We have a very interesting matchup here. That's why a lot of money's coming on the Yankees, because it's Cade Povich, a lefty here, 0-1 with a 4.76 ERA, going up against Garrett Cole, one of the top pitchers in the league, and he is back. Fully healthy now. He had his little stints in the minors, and he's looking ready. With this New York Yankees team already red hot and a top tier talent, to add one of the top pitchers in the major leagues is an absolutely perfect acquisition here. Looking at Cade Povich, he's a young lefty. This is his first time in the majors. He's had a good game and a bad game. So far, against Toronto, he had 5 1/3 innings, 6 earned runs. Against Atlanta, he had 6 innings pitched and 6 Ks. So a little bit of hot and cold there. We're not sure what his full numbers are because there's not a big sample size yet for Cade Povich. But the positive note here for Povich is that the Yankees are bottom half in the league against left-handed pitching. So that's going to bode well for him, all right, in his start against these Yankees. For Garrett Cole, we already know, man, this is the top talent in the league. And he looked very phenomenal in the minors. Just going by some numbers here, hey, it's not everything. You don't expect him to be giving his 100% A game in these minor league games, but it was 12 and 1/3 innings, 19 Ks. The WHIP was .49 and the ERA was .73. So it looks like Garrett Cole is hot and ready. I'm going to be going with the under as my favorite play in this game here, under 8 runs. And I'm going to be leaning towards the Baltimore Orioles in this game. I expect a lot of juice and money on the side of the Yankees. That money line on the Baltimore Orioles as an underdog is very, very intriguing to me because of this matchup and how much I probably see 90% of the money and bets coming in on those Yankees. So give me the plus 145 on the Orioles. I'm very interested in that run spread as well at a minus 140. And remember, I said the under 8 runs. In the Rogers Center here, we have the Boston Red Sox, 39 and 35, going up against the Toronto Blue Jays, 35 and 38. We have it was even earlier. The line is trending towards the Toronto Blue Jays now. Blue Jays on the money line at a minus 130 with the comeback of the Red Sox at a plus 110. Total run set at 8 yet again. And the full game public bet percentage, 57% of the bets, 52% of the money, slightly towards the Blue Jays. And the total runs, 76% of the bets, 78% of the money towards the over 8 runs here. We have Brian Bello, 6-4 with a 5 ERA, going up against Kevin Gausman, 5-5 with a 4.08 ERA. Bello, he's been the worst out of the pitchers here in the rotation for the Boston Red Sox, but he has a lot of potential still. Righty numbers are fine. The issues with Bello here is against lefties. He's given up a 2.05 home run per 9, a 272 batting average, and a 1.57 WHIP. The BABIP is at 297, and the xFIP is at 4.49. So a little bit of concerns there against the left-handed bats going up against him. And then Kevin Gausman here has huge home road splits, okay? A 6.44 ERA on the road, but at home, he has a 1.86. So this is a spot where you can lean on Kevin Gausman here. The question is against lefties. Gausman against lefties is a 2.16 home run per 9, a 372 batting average, which is even worse, a 1.98 WHIP, and a 4.24 BABIP. He's going to be seeing 6 lefties here in this Boston Red Sox lineup. That's what he's going to have to contend with. So I'm going to be leaning towards the Boston Red Sox here, mainly on that run spread. Give me the plus 1.5 here. I definitely do think that they can sneak away a win with the pitching matchup going up against Kevin Gausman and all the lefties that they're going to throw at him. And I'm going to be going towards the over 8 runs. I expect a lot of runs here in this game between the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. In Target Field here, we have Tampa Bay Rays going up against the Minnesota Twins. 34-39 Rays, 41-32 Minnesota Twins here. Twins are home favorites, minus 165 on the money line with the comeback of the Tampa Bay Rays at a plus 140. The total run set at a 7.5. Public bet percentage here all over the Minnesota. 92% of the bets, 94% of the money. Total runs, 93% of the bets, 91% of the money towards the over 7.5. And I think we got a little bit of a pitcher's duel here between Taj Bradley and Joe Ryan here. Bradley is 2-4 with a 4.23 ERA. Joe Ryan is 5-5 with 3.24 ERA. For Bradley, he's been very, very good this season. Despite the fact he only had 2 bad starts this year, he's been very dominant versus lefties and righties. In the bad starts, he's given up home runs. All right, so if it's a bad night for him, it's going to be home runs galore for the Minnesota Twins. But I expect him to pitch a little bit better in this one here. Joe Ryan, on the other hand, has been great. He keeps his whip under 1 to both lefties and righties. The batting average is under 214 to both lefties and righties. And he's throwing a 25% K rate as well. He's been very, very good this year. That's why he has a nice ERA at 3.24. I'm going to go with the under here as one of my top plays is 7.5. So we're going to fade the public there because 93% of the bets and 91% of money coming in or over. I like the under 7.5 and give me the Twins to squeak by here. Maybe they can get to Bradley here, one of his issues, giving up home runs. And they have a lot of power bats here in that Minnesota Twins lineup here, especially Royce Lewis. Next up in Globe Life Field, we got the red-hot New York Mets, 35-37, going up against the Texas Rangers here, 33-40. Looking at this line here, very even, -110 on both sides between the Mets and the Rangers. Total runs set at 8.5, all right? Looking at the public bet percentage, 55% of the bets on the Mets, but 51% of the money on the Rangers. So people are definitely 100% split down the middle here between these two. Total runs, 92% of the bets, 93% of the money towards the over 8.5 runs. I do agree with the public on that one, despite the fact we do have Sean Manaea here. Starting pitcher Sean Manaea, lefty, 4-3 with a 4.11 ERA, going up against Andrew Heaney, 2-8 with a 4.19 ERA. Lefty Manaea is better on the road with a 2.81 ERA. He's been dominating righties. His home run per 9 is 0.65, so well under 1. The batting average is at 225, and the whip is at 1.22. All right, and you got the fact that the Rangers are the bottom half in the league versus left-handed pitching. Those are a lot of positives there in the Mets' favor. On top of the fact they're 7-0 in the last 7 games, so this team is red hot right now. Andrew Heaney, on the other hand, the Mets are a top 10 team against lefties, and that's what Andrew Heaney is. Heaney struggles at home as well with a 5.08 ERA, and he's giving up a ton of home runs. All right, a 1.46 home run per 9. So I expect Alonso, Lindor, Francisco Alvarez, all those guys to get going here. I expect the New York Mets to continue this hot streak. Give me the Mets on the money line here. We'll stay away from the run spread. I'm going to be going towards the over 8.5 runs in that part. At guaranteed rate field, we got the Chicago White Sox 20-54 going against the Houston Astros 33-40. Looking at the current odds, road favorites here, Houston Astros -120. They did not come through for people last night. People are angry about that. Chicago White Sox are coming back at a +100. Total run set at a 7.5. For the public bet percentage, I'm very shocked that it's this type of discrepancy here. 80% of the bets, 90% of the money on the money line for the Astros, and for the total run, 71% of the bets, 63% of the money towards the over 7.5 here. The reason why I question is because in the pitching battle here between Hunter Brown, 3-5 with a 5 ERA, you got Garrett Crochet here. This is the Garrett Cole for the Chicago White Sox. He's 6-5 with a 3.16 ERA. He's been phenomenal this year, Crochet. Like I said, their Garrett Cole, 34% K rate versus righties, a below 200 average, and a below 1 whip as well to both lefties and righties. He's been phenomenal this year, and he always gives the White Sox an opportunity to win, all right? So, Hunter Brown, on the other hand, he has issues on the road with a 6.95 ERA. The main issue for him is against righties and how much power he's given up. And White Sox got a ton of guys with power. Not a lot of average, but definitely power. So this is a question mark here. Can the White Sox put another one together as an underdog at home? I'm going to be leaning towards that run spread at +1.5. Keep it safe there. And I'm going to be leaning towards the I'm going to be leaning towards the over 7.5. All right. Garrett Crochet is phenomenal, has great strikeout rate, but he can't give up some runs. I definitely do expect the White Sox to get towards the Astros as well. And with a number like this at 7.5, if it was at 8.5, would have been a little bit different, but I'm going to be leaning towards that over 7.5 runs in this one. In Coors Field here, we have the LA Dodgers coming back. A miraculous win we had last night. They were down in the 9th inning by 5 runs, hit a grand slam, and then a 3-run home run. 3-run home run by Teoscar Hernandez. So Dodgers are red hot, despite the fact that there is no Mookie Betts for a little bit of a while. Here we looking at the odds here. -200 on the Dodgers, much earned on the road as road favorites. Colorado Rockies coming back at a +165. Total run set at a 10.5. So we're talking about Rockies. Obviously, they can hit at home. It's Coors Field, and the Dodgers in a perfect environment. That over is looking really, really juicy. All right, public bet percentage: 92% of the bets, 93% of the money towards the Dodgers. And then, like I said, the total runs is a little bit lower than what I expected. I expected close to 90%, but 73% of the bets, 77% of the money towards the over 10.5 in this one. All right. For the starting pitching matchup here, we got Bobby Miller. All right. They're one of their aces here. The Dodgers, their young phenom that they got, that their innings eater. He was supposed to be the guy to be eating a ton of innings there, giving a lot of rest to everyone else, Walker Buehler and those guys in this Dodgers rotation. He was injured at the beginning of the year, and he's coming back now. But when you looked at his numbers in the minors, unlike Garrett Cole, he struggled in the minors. Obviously, he's not giving his 100% everything here. It was a 7.80 ERA, 15 innings pitched, only 10 Ks, and a 1.8 whip. So Bobby Miller was just going through things. I do expect him to play much better, obviously, in the majors now. Don't look at his ERA because it was only 2 games. Essentially, he had 1 good game and then 1 mediocre game, and his ERA is 5.4. So Ryan Feltner on the other side, he's an absolute trash can. So definitely love the over here, 10.5. 6.89 ERA. Feltner at home. Lefties have killed him this season. 1.91 whip, a 316 batting average. The xFIP is at 4.09, and the whip is at 1.62. So Dodgers are in a very good spot here. Give me them on the money line. Give me them on the run spread at a -1.5, and give me the over 10.5 runs. Yes, in the first start for Bobby Miller. In Angels Stadium here we have the LA Angels going against the Milwaukee Brewers. -175 road favorites. Brewers +145 for the Angels on the comeback. Total run set at 8.5. For the public bet percentage here, 73% of the bets, 76% of the money towards the Brewers here. And for the total runs, 86% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the 8.5 and the over. In this spot, starting pitching matchup here, Freddie Peralta 4-4 with a 4.38 ERA. Tyler Anderson has been pitching phenomenal so far this year, 6-6 with a 2.58 ERA. Peralta is the ace of the Milwaukee Brewers here. He's been very good this year. Only concern is the power bats that are right-handed going up against him. So Logan O'Hoppe, Tyler Ward, or Taylor Ward, got to watch out for those guys in the Angels lineup. Tyler Anderson has been great. As you can see, that ERA is at a 2.58, but all his expected numbers foresee a lot of regression coming his way. He has not been this good in his career anyway as well. And his xFIPs are both to lefties and righties above 5.00. Okay, so that is a major question mark here. You're waiting to see when that bad Tyler Anderson game is going to come, and it's going to come soon. So in this spot here, I'm going to rely on the ace of the Milwaukee Brewers. I expect the Brewers bats to get to Tyler Anderson as well, even though he's pitching over his head. So give me the Brewers on the money line, and give me the over 8.5 runs in this one as well. Last but not least, we have the Oakland A's in the Oakland Coliseum, 27-48, going against the Kansas City Royals, 41-33. Royals on the money line, road favorites -185, and a comeback on the Oakland Athletics at a +150. Total run set at a 7.5. For the public bet percentage, 95% of the bets, but 56% of the money coming in on the Royals. So sharp money and public coming in on the underdogs of the A's here. Total runs, 96% of the bets, 94% of the money coming in on over 7.5 runs here. Starting pitcher matchup, young stud Cole Reagans 4-4 with a 3.14 ERA, going up against hot and cold pitcher here, Luis Medina 0-2 with a 5.87 ERA. Cole Reagans, we already know, young phenom, 31% K rate to righties. And the A's are bottom 3 in the league against lefties. So they struggle against lefties. Reagan's is a phenomenal pitcher. That does bode well for the Royals in this spot here. Medina, on the other hand, he's been very, very weird, all right? He's given up 10 runs already versus the Twins and the Blue Jays combined, but he dominated the Atlanta Braves, all right? Numbers tell me that he should be a gas can. That was his first start against the Atlanta Braves, so maybe they didn't know what to expect out of him. And then the 2 starts after that, that's when he's been getting rocked and tattooed. So it's just a way better spot for the Royals. You struggle against lefties. Reagan's a phenomenal strikeout pitcher. Medina, other than his first start when no one really knows him, he's been getting hit up from lefties and righties. So Royals bounce back here. I understand Oakland Athletics won that game 1. Royals bounce back in game 2. Give me them on the money line. Give me them on a run spread -1.5. And I'm going to be leaning towards the over 7.5 runs in this one as well. All right. So that's going to be our breakdown for the night slate of the Wednesday night games in the MLB. Let me know in that comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the plays? Are there any other angles you want to go towards as well? Maybe some props? Let me know in that comment section down below. If you want to get connected with the community that we're building on Patreon, remember that link is provided down below. And if you want to sign up for a sportsbook, I have my link down below as well with the sign up expert and bet stamp. If you want to get connected with a sportsbook that you do not have, take advantage of their offers as well. That link is down below. And also, guys, don't forget, I'll be back very soon. Peace out.